Every man has felt it. The sudden shift. Her texts slow down. Her voice grows colder. Her attention drifts. And you ask yourself, what happened? The truth is simple. Attraction dies when respect fades. And respect fades the moment you show weakness. This video is not about tricks. It's not about manipulation. It's about truth. The truth that will set you apart from 99% of men. Because here's the reality. She does not lose interest over random reasons. She loses interest instantly when you reveal the one thing she cannot forgive: weakness of spirit. Today, you will learn what kills attraction instantly. And more importantly, you will learn how to prevent it. How to carry yourself as a man. Women cannot help but respect. So listen carefully, because if you miss this, you'll repeat the same mistake over and over. But if you master it, she will never look at you the same way again. Chapter 1. The subtle shift you never see coming. It starts small. A delayed reply, a shorter laugh, a conversation that feels different. Most men ignore these signs. They think she's just busy. They think maybe she's tired. They think it's nothing. But it's not nothing. It's the beginning of the end. Because women feel before they think. And the second she feels your energy weaken, her respect begins to collapse. You cannot fake strength. You cannot fake discipline. A woman senses it instantly. When you lose yourself in her, when your world revolves around her, when you seek her validation above your own purpose, she feels it and she pulls away. Respect is not lost in an explosion. It's lost in the small details, the subtle shift in your frame, the quiet erosion of your masculine edge. And by the time you notice it, it's too late. Chapter 2. Why needy energy destroys attraction. Here's the brutal truth. Neediness is poison. It kills attraction faster than anything else. Why? Because neediness screams one thing: I am not enough on my own. And if you are not enough for yourself, why should you ever be enough for her? A man who is desperate for her attention reveals his weakness. He shows that his emotions are controlled by her actions. He makes her the prize, and himself the beggar. Women do not respect men who beg. They respect men who choose. They respect men who walk away if their standard is not met. When you text her 100 times, when you rearrange your life just to see her, when you act like her approval is oxygen, you suffocate her attraction. Respect dies, interest dies, and you are left wondering what went wrong. The truth is simple. She loses interest instantly when you show her that you need her more than she needs you. Chapter 3. The Power of Indifference. What separates strong men from weak men? Indifference. Not the indifference of laziness, not the indifference of carelessness, but the indifference of discipline, the ability to remain calm, unmoved, centered. When she pulls back, the weak man panics. He double texts. He begs for reassurance. He chases. But the strong man, he does nothing. He stays focused. He remains still because his life is not defined by her attention. His mission is larger than her moods. And that indifference, that calm control, that refusal to chase, ignites her respect. Paradoxically, The less you chase, the more she wants to be caught. The less you seek validation, the more she craves your approval. Indifference is not about ignoring her. It's about refusing to be controlled by her. That is power. That is masculinity. That is respect. Chapter 4. Emotional self-control, the rarest strength. Most men today are emotionally weak, quick to anger, quick to beg, quick to lose themselves. But the Stoic man is different. He does not react, he responds. He does not beg, he decides. He does not crumble, he endures. This emotional control is magnetic. Because women test men constantly, not always intentionally, but instinctively, she wants to see if you are stable. She wants to feel your strength. She wants to know you can carry weight. When she disrespects you, do you explode? When she ignores you, do you chase? When she withdraws, do you panic? Or do you remain calm, centered, in control? Respect flows to the man who cannot be shaken. Attraction flows to the man who holds the frame. Emotional self-control is the foundation of masculine power. Without it, you are at the mercy of her moods. With it, you become unshakable. And women respect what cannot be broken. Chapter 5. The Law of Scarcity in Masculinity. Scarcity creates value. Always has. Always will. Why is gold valuable? Because it is rare. Why are kings respected? Because there are few of them. Why do women lose interest in men? Because those men make themselves too available. The law of scarcity applies to you. If you give her all your time, all your attention, all your energy, you devalue yourself. She cannot respect what is always available. She cannot desire what is always chasing. The rare man is valuable. The disciplined man is valuable. The man who protects his time, his energy, his mission is valuable. You must become scarce. Not because you play games, but because your life is full. Because your mission demands your energy. Because your standards require your focus. Scarcity creates respect. Respect fuels attraction. And attraction is the foundation of her loyalty. Chapter 6. The Danger of Overvalidation. Compliments are not the problem. Overvalidation is. Most men don't realize this. They think constant praise makes her feel loved. But what it really does is make her feel above you. If you compliment her looks every single day, if you shower her with endless admiration, if you validate her for breathing, your words lose value. Why? Because what is abundant is taken for granted. What is constant becomes background noise. And worse, she begins to sense that your validation is not pure. It's not appreciation. It's desperation. She starts to feel that your compliments are not gifts, but please, that your attention is not love, but a cry for approval. A Stoic man knows when to speak. He praises with precision. He validates with intention. And because he does not overuse it, his words carry weight. When you stop drowning her in validation, she starts craving it. And when she craves it, she respects it. Chapter 7. The Trap of Overinvestment. Love is not weakness, but overinvestment is. There's a difference between building a connection and losing yourself in someone else. Weak men overinvest. They pour everything into her time, money, energy, emotions, expecting her to fill the emptiness inside them. But a woman does not respect a man who sacrifices his entire world for her. She respects the man who protects his world and invites her into it. Think of a king. A king does not abandon his throne for a woman. He does not give up his kingdom for her approval. He stands firm on his foundation. He invests in her, but never at the cost of himself. The weak man gives until he is empty. The strong man gives from his overflow, from his abundance, from his discipline. When you overinvest, she pulls away. When you balance investment with self-respect, she leans in. Because she does not want a servant. She wants a king. Chapter 8. The Curse of Constant Availability. A man who is always available is a man who is never respected. Why? Because availability without boundaries communicates one thing. My life is empty without you. If you drop everything to see her, if you answer every call immediately, if you live in her shadow, you shrink in her eyes. Scarcity creates value. We already said this. But here's the deeper truth. Boundaries create respect. A man without boundaries is a man without a spine. And a man without a spine cannot be respected. You must have a life so rich, so full, so disciplined that you cannot always be available. Not because you're playing games, but because you're building, because you're grinding, because you're chasing something bigger than her attention. And when she sees that, she respects you more. Because in a world full of weak men waiting by their phones, you are the rare man she has to earn. Chapter 9. Masculine Presence Over Words. Most men talk too much. They try to convince her of their value with endless words. They argue. They explain. They justify. But words mean little without presence. Masculine presence is silent. It's calm. It's steady. It's the way you enter a room without needing to speak. It's the way you look into her eyes without flinching. It's the way you stand tall when others shrink. Presence cannot be faked. It is built. Built through discipline, through physical strength, through stillness of mind, through emotional control. When your presence is strong, you don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to beg. You don't need to prove, because presence speaks louder than words, and women respect presence more than promises. Chapter 10. The Weight of Leadership. Every relationship is a dance. Every dance needs a leader. If you refuse to lead, she will step into the role, not because she wants to, but because she has to. And the second she leads, she loses respect for you. Leadership does not mean domination. It does not mean control. It means direction. It means vision. It means stability. When plans need to be made, you decide. When conflict arises, you stay calm. When storms hit, you stand firm. Leadership is the core of masculinity, because a man without direction is a man without respect. Women are drawn to leadership not because they are weak, but because true leadership is rare, and rare is valuable. If you abdicate leadership, she may stay with you physically, but mentally, she will drift away. And that is when attraction dies. Lead not with force, but with clarity, with strength, with vision. She will respect you instantly when she sees that you can carry the weight. Chapter 11. The Death of Masculinity. Seeking permission. Every time you seek permission, you give away power. When you ask, "Is it okay if I?" When you hesitate before making a decision, when you second-guess your choices to please her, you are signaling weakness, and weakness kills respect. Understand this: a woman does not want to mother you. She does not want to guide every step you take. She does not want to feel like you're superior. She wants a man who can decide, a man who can lead, a man who does not shrink when responsibility calls. When you seek constant permission, you become a child in her eyes. And once she sees you as a child, attraction dies instantly. Stop asking for permission. Start leading with certainty. Respect follows decisiveness. Chapter 12. The frame you must never lose. There is one battlefield every man must master. It is not the gym. It is not the workplace. It is the battlefield of the frame. Frame is your mental posture. It is your energy, your worldview, your dominance over your own life. And here's the truth: the man who holds the frame controls the relationship. When you let her emotions dictate your emotions, you lose the frame. When you chase her approval instead of standing firm, you lose the frame. When you argue just to win her validation, you lose the frame. And the moment you lose the frame, she loses respect. A strong man sets the tone. He leads the rhythm. He creates the gravity she orbits. Frame is not about control over her. It's about control over yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, your actions. When you hold the frame, she relaxes into your leadership. When you lose it, she drifts away. Never lose the frame. It is the invisible force that holds her respect in place. Chapter 13. The Test of Silence. Every man will face it. The test of silence. She withdraws. She stops texting. She grows distant. And she waits to see what you will do. The weak man collapses. He panics. He floods her phone with messages. He begs for attention. But the strong man, he stays silent. He remains calm. He does not chase. Silence is not absence. Silence is presence under control. It communicates one thing clearly: I am not desperate. I am not afraid. I am not weak. Silence flips the dynamic. It forces her to wonder. It forces her to miss you. It forces her to respect your composure. Most men fail this test. But if you pass it, if you master silence, she will never forget it. Chapter 14. Discipline is desire's magnet. Attraction is not built in the moment. It is built in the unseen hours. In the gym when you don't want to go. In the grind when no one is watching. In the self-control when temptation calls. Discipline is desire's magnet. Because women feel discipline. They sense when a man is sharp. They see it in the way he walks. They hear it in the way he speaks. They feel it in the way he leads. The undisciplined man is sloppy. He's inconsistent. He lives for comfort. And comfort kills respect. The disciplined man is rare. He commands himself first. And because he commands himself, He commands respect from others. Discipline is not punishment. It is freedom. It is strength. It is attractiveness. When you live by discipline, she cannot help but respect you, because discipline is proof of true masculinity. Chapter 15. The unshakable man. Storms will come. Arguments will rise. Life will test you. Most men crack under pressure. They lash out. They collapse. They run. But the unshakable man, he does not move. He does not panic. He does not fold. His calm is his power. His stillness is his weapon. His composure is his respect. When chaos surrounds him, he remains centered. When emotions flare, he stays grounded. When others lose themselves, he finds clarity. This is the man women respect instantly. Not because he is cold, not because he is detached, but because he is strong enough to carry the weight of chaos without breaking. The unshakable man becomes a rock, a foundation, a leader, a force. And in his presence, she feels safe. She feels respect. She feels attraction deeper than words. Be that man, unshakable, unbreakable, unmoved. Chapter 16. The weight of emotional addiction. Every man is tempted by it. Not drugs, not alcohol, but the addiction to her attention. You check your phone every 5 minutes. You wait for her reply. You live and die by her validation. This is emotional addiction, and it kills respect instantly. Because addiction is weakness, and women cannot respect what is weak. The Stoic man breaks this cycle. He does not seek her for completion. He seeks her for companionship. His validation comes from within. His approval comes from himself. His confidence comes from his discipline. When she sees that your emotions are not chained to her actions, when she realizes your happiness is not dependent on her response, her respect grows. Freedom from emotional addiction is rare, but it makes you magnetic, because nothing is more attractive than a man who is whole on his own. Chapter 17. The hidden tests of women. Every woman tests, not out of malice, not out of cruelty, but out of instinct. She wants to know if you are stable, if you are strong, if you are real. The tests are subtle. A delayed reply, a sarcastic comment, a moment of disrespect. Most men fail. They react emotionally. They beg. They chase. But the man who passes, he does not flinch. He does not break. He does not lose frame. Passing her test does not mean winning her approval. It means proving your strength. It means showing her she cannot shake you. And when she cannot shake you, she respects you. She desires you. She submits to your frame. The test is not the enemy. The test is the opportunity. Pass it. Chapter 18. Silence as the ultimate weapon. Words are powerful, but silence is stronger. When she disrespects you, silence stings more than shouting. When she pulls away, silence holds more weight than chasing. When she tests you, silence proves more than arguments. Silence communicates control. It communicates discipline. It communicates that you do not need to fight for her approval. Weak men explain endlessly. They argue. They overtalk. They seek closure. Strong men remain silent. They let their presence speak. They let their actions echo louder than any word. Nothing commands respect faster than silence in the face of provocation. Because silence shows you cannot be baited. You cannot be broken. You cannot be moved. Master silence, and you master respect. Chapter 19. Standing alone. There will come a time when you must walk alone. When she leaves. When friends betray you. When the world doubts you. This is the trial every man must face. Most men collapse in solitude. They search for comfort. They beg for company. They fear their own shadow. But the Stoic man stands tall in the silence. Embraces solitude. He sharpens his spirit in the fire of isolation. Because only the man who can stand alone can truly lead when others follow. When she sees that you do not crumble in loneliness, when she sees that you are complete without her, she respects you instantly. Solitude is not weakness. It is proof of self-mastery. And self-mastery is the foundation of all attraction. Chapter 2. Becoming unbreakable. Respect is not built in words. It is built in actions, in choices, in discipline. Every time you choose calm over chaos, you build respect. Every time you choose mission over desperation, you build respect. Every time you choose strength over weakness, you build respect. She loses interest instantly when you reveal weakness, but she respects you instantly when you reveal strength. The unbreakable man is not perfect. He is disciplined. He is calm. He is unshaken. And that is the man every woman remembers. That is the man she respects. That is the man she follows. Become that man. Unbreakable, unshakable, unforgettable. If this message spoke to you, if you are done chasing, if you are done begging, if you are ready to step into true masculine power, then this is your moment. Hit subscribe now. Join the brotherhood of men who refuse to be weak. Leave a comment below. Tell me one weakness you are cutting out of your life today. And share this video with a man who needs to hear this truth. Because weakness kills attraction, but strength creates respect. And remember this, she loses interest instantly when you do this, but she respects you instantly when you master yourself.